Good morning, everyone. It's Lynn Dunn from Stamptastic Designs. Thanks so much for joining me today. I just wanted to take a moment to thank all of you for your support, your thoughts, and your prayers. I haven't been online here doing a live video for about a week. Both my parents were in the hospital and required some care afterwards. So I've kind of been away from stamping for a little bit. So I'm back today. Everybody's doing great. And I just want to share some fun card ideas with you. So, again, thank you all for your thoughts and prayers. They were much appreciated. So, good morning, everybody. Hello. So, today I want to share just a really quick and simple card layout with you. And actually, as I was playing around with this card layout, I turned it into a one sheet wonder. So I actually used an entire piece, 12 by 12-inch piece of designer paper to create 9 cards with this particular layout. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So good morning. Okay, so I'm using the Berry Blessings Designer Series paper, and I'm using the Berry Blessings stamp set. So this particular stamp set and the designer paper are one of the celebration offerings. It's the level 2 celebration offering. So you can get the stamp set and a pack of the designer paper for free with a $100 purchase during celebration. So remember, celebration ends this month. So if you haven't had a chance to get this particular bundle of products, you might want to do that because they're really cool. So let me show you how to make these cards. We're going to focus on this one. I'm going to move these out of the way. So what I did is basically, I'm going to bring all my stuff over here. I'm going to slide it into view. So what I did is I prepped all of my supplies first. So I'm actually going to make 9 of these cards. So I'm going to use up an entire 12 by 12-inch sheet of one of the pieces of pattern paper in this Berry Blessings pack. And I'm going to make all 9 cards exactly the same. So this is just a really quick and simple one sheet wonder. So if you need a lot of cards, or if you just want to use up your designer paper, this is a great way to do it. So I'm going to tell you what I have here. So I find that it's just easier to prep all of my supplies and then go ahead and assemble all of my cards. So that's what I have here. I have my 9 card bases in the back here. So they're all out of white cardstock. And then I have my designer paper. So you'll notice there's 2 different patterns, but it's actually one sheet of paper. I'm just using the front and the back to create these cards. So these pieces measure 2 by 4 inches. So when you cut up an entire sheet of 12 by 12-inch pattern paper, you'll actually end up with 18 of these. And we're going to use 2 on each card. So that means we'll make 9 cards if I did my math right, which who knows? And then the other piece that I cut for the cards is just a coordinating piece of cardstock. So I'm using some rich raspberry cardstock here to coordinate with the colors in my pattern paper. So this little piece is just 1 by 4 1/4 inches. And then I used my little Stitched So Sweetly dies. I should probably show you what the dies look like. So these are the dies. I used this particular die because it almost made it look like a little buckle, when you combine it with this little strip of paper. Kind of has a nice little look. So I cut out 9 of these and then just used one of the sentiments from the Berry Blessings stamp set to create my little greeting. And then, of course, I created my little bows. So this is what the finished card looks like. So let's get busy here. I'll show you how to put this together. I'm just going to reorganize everything over here so I can grab it. Okay. All right. So we'll start. We're going to make 9. So we'll start with this. Let's see if I can get it on screen here. It's been so long, I can't even figure out what I'm doing. Okay, so what we're going to do is start with these two pieces of designer paper. Like I said, it's just basically the front and back design that I'm using together. And we're just going to layer these on the front of our card. So I'm just going to add some glue here. So this is just a really great way to use up your designer paper. And it's a nice way to show off both sides of your paper. You know, sometimes we only use one side, and of course, this way you can use both, and you get such a fun look. So you're just going to, layer these together on your card front. Then you're going to take that 1 by 4 1/4 inch strip. So this strip runs the full length of the card this way, the width of the card. And we'll just add that. And then we'll go ahead. I have everything prepped, so I have all my little dimensionals on the back. So then we'll just go ahead and add this. And notice how I just add it right over that little strip. And I like to pop it up with dimensionals since I glued everything down, all the other pieces down. I just wanted to add a little bit of dimension. And then I'm just using a little glue dot to add a bit of twine that I already had tied into a little bow. And now I just need my little tool here. Need my little pick-me-up tool. So now I'm just going to grab some pearls and we'll just add them here on the side. And that's really it. So that's how easy this design is. So that's card number 1. And then you just kind of keep going with all of the other pieces. And we'll just add it here. So you can use this whole, so basically I used an entire piece, a 12 by 12 inch piece, to create these 9 cards. So I like to create a lot of cards at one time because I do send out a lot of cards to lots of different people, to all of you, to my family, to my friends. So I always like to have cards on hand that I can send. Oops, let's straighten that out. I'm talking too much. So this is just a great way to do it. And as you can see how easy these are going together because I have everything prepped and ready to go. So in the Buried Blessings Designer Series paper pack, there are 6 different designs. So I actually created, um, 9 cards with each of the 6 different designs. So if you do the math on that, which I can't do right now because I'm concentrating, you have lots and lots of cards, I guess, is the point. And you can use this little technique with any pattern paper. So if you don't have the Berry Blessings like I'm using here, then you can go ahead and use whatever pattern paper. There's lots of fun patterns that you can use. Just make sure that you choose a double-sided pack of paper. I think that works the best so that you can show off the front and the back of your designer paper. Now, if you don't have double-sided paper, you could actually use, 2 sheets of pattern paper that are different from each other to create these cards. And then you'll actually end up with 18 cards because you'll be cutting up 2 12 by 12 inch pieces of pattern paper instead of 1. So I just cut up 1 12 by 12 to create these 9 cards. But obviously, if you do 2, you'll have twice as many. So it's like double the fun, right? Notice how I'm keeping you guys occupied with my chatter. Okay, so you can see we are halfway there. So I really just wanted to kind of show you how easy it is once you have all your supplies prepped, how easy it is to put these cards together. And we'll see how long it takes me to get all these pieces on because I started, what, about 5 after 8 Wisconsin time, five after 8 Wisconsin time. So we'll see, will time me here. Now the pressure's on. I just really like the look of this design. So that's why I decided to turn it into a one sheet wonder. Now you can find, if you missed the dimensions for all of this, you can find all of the dimensions out of my blog. So I have linked to that in the description below this video. So my website, my blog site is listed there. So you can go out there and view all of the different card ideas with all the different pattern paper that I used. But I used the exact same layout to create them all. All right, so there's that one. I'm kind of motoring along pretty quickly. Hopefully you guys don't get bored. And whoop, just got glue all over the table. So for those of you that didn't catch my intro, I just want to thank you for all of your thoughts and prayers for my family. I know I've been offline for quite some time. It's been about almost 2 weeks since I've really been able to get into my craft room because we had some family medical issues that came up. Both my parents were hospitalized at the exact same time. Um, and once they got out of the hospital, they just needed a little bit of care until they were able to be, to get strong enough to go back home. So they stayed with me for about 8 days or so. And I just took them back home on Friday. They're happy to be home and they're doing extremely well. So thank you, all of you, for all of your prayers. I really appreciate that. We were lucky to be able to, get through this, and they both got through it very well, and they're both happy to be home. So I really appreciate, again, all your thoughts and prayers. All right, so we're on the home stretch here. So let's see, it's been like 5 minutes, a little over 5 minutes. So if you do, if you do get bored kind of making it with the same, with the same patterned paper, you can always change out your patterned paper. You don't necessarily have to make 9 of them. Just giving you some ideas if you do want to make 9 of them. And you could also probably change out the greeting too. I made all of these exactly the same using the exact same uh, sentiment on every single card. But you could make 9 cards and then just switch out the sentiment. So you could, make them for really any occasion. These would make pretty birthday cards. You could even have get well. Excuse me. Get well as I sneeze. Yeah. You could also make, these would be pretty sympathy cards. You could really use this design for anything. So just get creative with it. All right, we only got 2 more left after this. So we actually did pretty good. I got glue on the table again because now I'm really going super fast. There we go. So after I put these together, I will show you the other cards that I created with this particular design because I want you to see how easy it is to just, you know, use different colors. I didn't use different sentiments or different stamp sets, but you certainly can. So we'll add this little guy on here. All right, and the home stretch. So this design actually works really well for thank you cards. So I make quite a few thank you cards because I send out thank you cards all the time. All right. So just so I can keep chatting with you as I do this, keep distracting you. So in case you missed all the dimensions, like I mentioned, you can find them all on my blog, which I've linked to in the description below this video. But I can also tell you as I'm putting together these last two cards. So the pattern paper pieces are 2 by 4 inches, and you're going to use 2 of them on each card. And then this strip across the center, that is 1 by 4¼ inches. And then you can really use any shape to create your greeting for the front of the card. And then of course you can add, any kind of pearls or add a little bow. In this case, I'm using some twine to create a little bow for the card. And this is the last one. So it took me, I was moving pretty fast, but it took me about 10 minutes to put these cards together. And I see I just got a bunch of glue on, on the bottom of this one. That's okay. I got a glue remover, so I'll take that off. So it took me about 10 minutes to create all these cards while you guys were watching. So, if you slow down and not create them as fast as I did, it'll probably take about 15 minutes to put all the cards together once you prep all the supplies. So the key to being able to put the cards together fairly quickly is to prep all of your supplies like I did. So I'm going to put those on there. All right, so that's the last one. Let's put this little bow on here. And there we go. Okay, so we should have a total of 9 cards that we created from one 12 by 12 inch piece of pattern paper. So I found the best way to do this is just to cut your 12 by 12 inch piece of paper into 4 strips that are 4 inches wide, and then cut a 2-inch sections off of each of the 4 strips. It's just the easiest way to do that. So this piece is 2 by 4. All right, so let me bring over these other cards and show you those. So this is the one we just made with these, with the little purple. I like the purple color. And then of course, in the berry blessings pack, you have the little blueberries. So again, I'm just using the front and the back of all of these pieces of designer paper. So you can make 9 of each of these if you cut up your entire 12 by 12. So these are all of the patterns that are in, let me scoot these up a little bit here. These are all the patterns that are in that particular pack of paper, the Berry Blessings Designer Series paper pack. So you can create 9 of each of these cards. If you decide to cut up every single 12 by 12 inch piece of paper. So I thought it was kind of fun. It was a quick way for me to kind of get back into my card making after taking a little break for a while. So I had a lot of fun putting these together. I hope you guys enjoyed these quick and simple card ideas. And I'm sure that you have lots of designer paper that you can use this design with to create really some fun cards for any occasion. All right. So thank you guys for waiting for me to come back. And thanks for joining me today. And I look forward to sharing some more fun ideas with you next week. Have a wonderful Sunday, everybody. Take care. And I will talk to you again next week.